So I was on DeviantArt and I was just kind of bored and I decided to check up on one of my favorite lolcows, Kex Andy, and I saw that he posted this journal and I just had to share this. I'm gonna try not to correct as a lot of the grammar because this is just chock full of grammatical errors. I will bring up some things, but just I want to read this for you guys. No Christmas and birthday for Kex Andy, ellipses. I just let you know, ellipses, since it's December, ellipses. It won't be Christmas and my birthday this year, ellipses, because every friends and brothers don't like me mostly, ellipses. So because nobody likes you, and I use that with finger quotations, because nobody likes you, there's gonna be no Christmas or no birthday for you, which means I'm going to be very lonely and sadness for the rest of my life until next year, ellipses. You're going to be lonely and sadness for the rest of your life until next year. That's conflicting. You mean you're going to be lonely and sad for the rest of your life? Or are you going to be lonely and sad until next year? Oh, and by the way, just to let you know, yeah, your birthday's December 30th. I know this because Skype. And Christmas is December 25th. Oh no, you're going to be lonely and sad for 5 fucking days. That's all I can say for everybody. So you're saying this for everyone. So it won't be Christmas and your birthday this year for everyone. Why are you taking away Christmas for everyone? That's kind of mean. Sigh, ellipses, emoticon face. Now, this is something that truly irked me when I saw it. It wasn't so much as the journal, but this. Is that I scrolled down and I saw these two people, Sammy Chan 816 and Super Ultra Mario Fan. I'm sorry I'm throwing out your names here, but I'm gonna link the journal in the description, so they're gonna find your comments anyways. But I saw them and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Kex Andy. Do you know I'll make you pictures. Would it feel better if I did something? Oh, poor Kex Andy, he's alone." Are you serious? Are you serious? Do you not obviously see that this is all just a ploy for attention? An obvious ploy for attention? That all Kex Andy wants is just attention? He just wants to beg for art. How can you not see that? I can look at the journal and say, oh yeah, he's doing this mainly just so people will feel sad for him and do nice things for him. And you can see this with not just this journal, but other journals. On his Kex Andy 100. On his previous one, Kex Andy. I'm pretty sure if you could find the accounts that he has on FA that he was banned from, because he's done ban evading on there, and I know this because I asked a furry about him who gave me a lot of information on him. I'm pretty sure you'll find the same exact thing. Is basically this journal, Kex Andy doesn't have any friends. I'm lonely. I don't have any friends. Sigh. Feel bad for me. Give me attention. And then all these people are just like, oh, I'm your friend. Why do you always say that? I'm surprised no one has ever said to Kex Andy, it's like, Kex Andy, why do you do this? You know you have friends. You know you have friends. We tell you all the time, Kex Andy, you have friends, but you never acknowledge this. All you ever do is, we tell you, and then, immediately 5 minutes later, you forget this fact, and you're back to being super ultra depressed. Kex Andy, I'm sorry, but people who are friends with Kex Andy, do you not realize that he has no concept of what friendship is? He abuses the idea of friendship. Because Kex Andy, and I'm going to be really mean here, but Kex Andy is like a parasite. He only knows how to take. He doesn't know how to give. I have never heard or seen Kex Andy make something or do something for someone else that didn't relate back to someone doing something for him. I never heard of Kex Andy doing a trade with someone. I don't see anything in his gallery that is for someone else. It's all for him. And then according to this person who told me, a person who's part of the Fat Fur community, and he wanted to be anonymous, and I'm going to respect that, but he told me that basically Kex Andy would beg for requests, and requests only. And according to this one person, he even begged him, even though this person doesn't take requests. And he told him off very politely. He told him very politely, I'm sorry, I don't take requests. I'll do a trade, though, if that's what you want. And apparently Kex Andy put his whole feel bad for me shtick. You know, you're not my true friend because you did do a request for me, and even proceeded to block him because the guy gave him what he didn't give him what Kex Andy wanted. That is pathetic. And, I mean, don't you guys see this? I mean, honestly, I want someone who's a friend of Kex Andy, who socializes with Kex Andy, who responds to Kex Andy and feels all sad for him and stuff. Which means someone who's a member of the Fat Fur community. I want you to message me on DA or comment down in this video if you want to, or even send me, send me a personal message on my YouTube. MrSirRaven, I'm right here. Or send me a personal message on my DA Suessolok, Suessolok. I'll put a link to that too in the description. Tell me, why do you encourage this? Why do you encourage feeding this behavior? But this is not even the worst part of what I'm going to show. This person named Mercury the Werewolf asked, how old are you turning? 30. Kex Andy is turning 30 years old. I'm going to say that again. He is turning 30 years old. He acts like this on the internet, and he's 12 years older than me? This is a guy who is at an age where most people are already out of college, already have a job, probably already have a career, most likely are already married, possibly already starting to settle down with kids, already have an adult life. And he's 30. And he acts like this on the internet? That is the most shocking thing to me. Is it scary, the fact, too, that if he's 30, that means he was born in the year 1982. Guess who also was? That's also a big locale. Christian Weston Chandler. I'm starting to see a weird correlation with that. Then again, I'm pretty sure Kex Andy and Chris Chan, they do share some things that are alike. They can't handle criticism at all. Their original characters are blatant recolors. I mean, look, that's supposed to be his original character. A blue vector. I mean, come on. It's an obvious recolor. And then he throws in all of his weird shit into it. Now, Chris Chan, of course, his weird shit was copying other franchises like Transformers and Yu-Gi-Oh! Kex Andy's, though, is that he wants to make his brother, Vector, fat. Which is... I'm not going to get into the whole fat fur thing. If you like it, fine, whatever. I'm not judging. But it's the fact that he's obsessed with this. And me and Youngblood and ZM did a reading on one of his stories. And what's funny is that it was one story of 11? And they're all the same. All of them are the same. It's creepy. It's creepy that he acts like this and does these things. And I've heard that Kex Andy apparently thinks that, that there's a real final boss that he has to fight in real life. I feel like that somewhat like Chris Chan, the fine line between internet and reality, or fantasy and reality, is gone for him. It's blurred into where they've blended together. Now, for most of us, that's a pretty stark line. That's a pretty obvious barrier right there. But to him, his autism is making that line pretty blurry, and the threshold, now we don't know where it is. And I didn't lump Mercury the Werewolf in with the other people because I asked him personally, please don't tell me you're doing a drawing of him too, like the other people. And he told me flat out he hates this guy. So thank you, Mercury the Werewolf, for having some sense. So I'm going to end this off with just a message to Kex Andy. Kex Andy, you should not be acting like this. Honestly, Kex Andy, if you're alone, if you always say that you're alone and you're sad, why don't you get up and do something? Why don't you go down to your community center and get involved in something? Chess, wrestling, stamp collecting, just fucking something. Something outside the internet. That is all I have to say, people. I'm sorry that this was really unscripted. It's not really much of a commentary, but I just had to share this. Anyways, I'm going to end off here. Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. That's on the 8th, I believe. Kwanzaa, if you celebrate that. And Lazarus is Black. Until next time, this is MrSirRaven saying bless and chop, 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 chop.